All right, so today is August 20th. I am Sue Moulton, your Senior Director, and we are on new consultant training. This is something that I recommend for new consultants for their first 30 days. We do it every Thursday. It's a lot of repeat. We're going to hear the same information, but one of the things I say again and again is when you start something new, whether it's starting a Pampered Chef business or any endeavor, a new job, you kind of feel like you're drinking out of a fire hose. You know, it's like coming at you fast and furious and you're like, I'm choking, it's too much, I can't take it all in. So I encourage you come back multiple times to this call. Like Ann said, she's coming back to just be reminded about where she's supposed to be going, what she's supposed to be doing. And it's really good because eventually you'll be like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I didn't do that. And then eventually it'll be like drinking out of a sprinkler. So it won't be so bad. Just hang in there with us. I'm going to screen share with you, and I'm going to take you through some of the things that I think new consultants will want to know in their first 30, 60, and 90 days, because you guys have special things that are only available to you during that time frame. So first of all is Dash. If you've signed up and you've been onto the Pampered Chef website, in the upper left-hand corner, there's this beautiful purple Dash button, and this is our training. This is home office training for everything that you need to learn. I recommend that you really dive into Dash, and you need to get through the first 11 steps. There's a part that says call your recruiter. You want to get through all of that within your first probably 48 to 72 hours tops. You want to get through those trainings because it's all the basic stuff. It tells you how to set some goals. It tells you how to set up your order a payment account so that you can actually close a show and be able to pay Pampered Chef for the shipping if you're buying anything, or for them to be able to give you a direct deposit. It's going to show you where to find the images for virtual parties and how a party runs, like all of the basics. So although I can train you on that, and we have amazing training on the Pampered Chef website, and I'm going to show you our team site. So there are two teams that you'll probably be on. There's the team that your director belongs to. So my team's name is called Superstars, but my whole organization, which has all of my directors and all of their people, is called Team Incredibles. So you'll be on this Facebook page. This is our organization page. And this has all the directors and all of our team members in it. It's got a few hundred people in the team. So what you'll see here is these are the names of our directors, and they turn green when they are green, meaning that they have hit the requirements for their level of directorship. This is our goal of where we want to be. Oh, I forgot to move my arrow up. We're at like 75 of where we want to be this month. So we keep moving the arrow up as the month goes through, and then how many recruits and how many shows that we've done. And you guys are all a part of that big picture, because every show submitted, every sale submitted, all helps contribute to that. What you want to know is that over to the left-hand side, there is something called units. And if you're on a phone, you can find units just by swiping underneath the photo at the top. And the units are different training sections as well. New consultants start here. So there's like a training call, virtual party training in here, bookings, how do you get bookings? Learn and Earn are our Tuesday evening training calls. You don't want to miss those, and you want to mark that off in your calendar, because those are going to teach you the basic skills of the business. Selling, recruiting, host coaching, customer follow-up. It's going to teach you tech tips. It's going to teach you, like last week, we did a thing on how this mega show is supposed to be running. That is 7 to 8 o'clock on Tuesdays. That changes every week what we're learning. So the Thursday call is pretty consistent, but the Tuesday call is different every single week. You're going to learn new things. Then there's a how-to, you know, how do I set up a business page? How do I submit a show? How do I cancel an order if it's been placed on the wrong show? How do I organize my contacts? Like anything that a new consultant has asked me again and again and again, if I've said it more than 3 or 4 times, I create a video for it and it goes in the how-tos. So there are plenty of places that you can go to get information. The job of your recruiter and of your director is to help coach you, and coaching and training is different. So the training is all the skills that you're going to learn, and you're going to learn those through Dash. So please make sure that you go through Dash and that you fill out that information, and then you call your director when you've done those first few calls. So what is Dash? It is your, these are the different things that it's going to tell you to do. Welcome to Pampered Chef. What is Dash? How to add a profile picture, tell us about yourself, discover your why, like why you really want to build the business, learn about the different career plans, fast track rewards, setting your first goal. So your first goal should be the fast track rewards, which I'm going to show you. How to set up a business page on Facebook, how to do your first launch party, how to complete your launch list, and then connect with your recruiter. So those are the ones we want you to go through. And this is what they look like as you're going through it. There's a party training that gives you everything you need to know about virtual parties. What is a pre-party post? What is a party post? Where do you find the party videos? Where do you find the recipes, the products? What do I say? There's a whole flow chart about all that. All that training is there. So you want to make sure that you can go there, and there are different themes, and I'll take you there for a second just so I can give you a quick peek around. When you are there, sorry, I was in a party. So when you go to marketing imagery off to the left-hand side here, and you click marketing imagery, there's all kinds of categories here. There's different flyers and products. But if you go to plan a party, there is, what is a cover photo, a kickoff, what are the games, bookings, recruitings, promotions, host specials, and then there are actual theme shows. So like, let's say I want to do a theme show called Smart Swap. So in January, when everybody's eating healthy and we're all dieting, right? We want to do healthy cooking. So these are smart swaps. So there's a whole script here on Facebook that tells you what it is that you might want to do or say. Let me make this a little bit bigger if I can. Whoops, I guess I can't. But it walks you through it. And then it shows different recipes and different tools and different videos all about swapping healthy versions out of, you know, don't do this, do that. Like this is veggie noodle with Greek yogurt Alfredo and stuff like that. So there are different themes that you can pick, and those all are available to you on marketing imagery. Fast track to director. This is what we really want you guys to focus in on, because this is the only time in your business that you can earn $3,000 cash bonus on top of your commission, on top of your free products you earn, on top of hosting your own show, on top of fast track rewards. There's all kinds of stuff, but you can earn up to a $3,000 cash bonus. So let's talk about what is a director and how do you get there. So director benefits are, you get a higher percentage discount, you get all the new fall products or spring products for free, which is nice. You get $10 for every person that's active on your team, active meaning selling $150. You're going to get Pampered Chef dollars when you promote to a director. You get a raise of an extra 3% on everything you sell, and an extra 3% on everything your team sells. You're going to get on-stage recognition with our little red spatula because directors are the color red. You're going to get exclusive leadership training and webinars at National Conference and throughout the year that are only available to directors and above. And you're going to get reduced incentive trip points. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the trips and things that you can earn. So that's what a director is. And let me show you the rewards that you get in the process to building to a director. So let's define the qualifications for a director. So to be a director right here, you need to have $5,000 in team sales. So your sales and all the people on your team. That you need 5 team members. So there'll be 6 of you on your team, and you have to produce $5,000 all in 1 month, and then you promote to a director. So You're going to start by sharing, hey, I'm a new consultant. I'm so excited. Wish me luck with my Pampered Chef business. Then you're going to hold your first grand opening party. I recommend that you do it as a block party. A block party is that you find 4 other hosts that will party with you. And so you have 4 hosts and yourself in your block party. And we'll talk more about that later. Then when you hold your first party, when you hit your first $500 in guest sales, you're going to earn the ceramic egg cooker and a mini spatula. Once you submit $1,250 in your first 30 days, or in your first 90 days, this has to be in your first 30. In your first 90 days, you're going to get the 8-inch nonstick fry pan for free, plus commission on everything you're selling, keep in mind. Then you're going to remember to ask your hosts and your guests to join your team. So our goal is every 4, add 1 more. So every 4 hosts, as you're asking them if they'd like to do what you did, if they'd like to, become a consultant, have a side gig, earn a little extra money, about 1 in 4 will join your team. Then you're going to connect with your customers. You're going to ask them, how can I help you? Would you like to host a show of your own and earn free products like Sally Sue did? You're going to keep your calendar filled with shows, and we're going to teach you skills to do that. And then once you hit 2,500 in guest sales in your first 90 days still, you're going to earn the stainless steel nonstick 10-inch skillet. Then you're going to connect with your customers some more. You're going to book more parties. You're going to ask for referrals. You're going to ask who do they know that's getting married for bridal registries, etc. You're going to also ask about fundraisers, etc. And then you're going to have $5,000 in sales, personal sales in your first 90 days. And you're going to hear from Melissa Lane in a minute that she did that. She fast-tracked to director in the first 90 days. She hit director and she got all these rewards, including the knife block set. It's fabulous. So you keep your party calendar full. Every 4, you're going to add 1 more. You keep going up. And once you have 5 new team members on your team within your first 90 days, you are considered what's called a fast track director. And we've had 2 fast track directors, possibly 3. I think Kristen Fanouf might have fast tracked 2, right? So it's definitely an achievable goal, and it's something that you should focus on. It's a new promotion that Pampered Chef has, and here's what happens. When you promote to a director, you get a $500 cash bonus, and so does the person that recruited you. So whoever helped you to get to the directorship. If you remain at that level and you're paid as a director for your next 3 months, they'll give you another $500 cash bonus. So as long as you're keeping your calendar full and you keep recruiting, I always recommend to keep recruiting, you'll absolutely stay right there at directorship and above. Once you help somebody on your team do exactly what you did, fast track to director, they'll give you $1,000 cash bonus and your recruiter $1,000 cash bonus. And then once they hit and stay a director and you stay advanced director for 3 months, they'll give you another $1,000 cash bonus. So $3,000 is sitting on the table for you new consultants, just waiting for you to pick it up off the table. All you have to do is work for it. And you'll hear me say a lot, if you're willing to work and you're willing to learn, you will earn. Everything I learned about this business is a skill that I learned from other people in the business. I joke I am really good at implementing other people's great ideas, because people are like, oh my God, that's such a great idea. I'm like, yeah, I stole it from somebody. Like somebody else shared it with me. It was not my good idea, but I learned how to parrot it, mimic it. I hate to cook. I was never a good cook. So my husband finds it highly amusing that I make a living doing this. So like there's a ton of people on our team that hate to cook and aren't very good cooks, but yeah, oh good. See, you're in great company. You could be an advanced director. It's awesome. So you don't have to love to cook at all to be good at this. So here's the money part of it. This is what everybody wants to know. How do I make my money? So in any 30-day period or 31-day period, if you submit between $1 and $7.49 on all of your shows, whether they were a $150 show or a $400 show, you're going to get paid at the $20 level. As it goes up, if you submit $7.50 to $12.49, every show is being paid at the $22 mark. $12.50 to $24.99, $23 mark, $2,500 to just under $4,000, the 24% mark, and $4,000 and above, you get paid at 25%. Now, once you hit 15,000 career sales, you get what I call a 10% raise, because 10% of 20 is 2. You get an extra 2%. So you're going to start at 22% to 27% commission once you have 15,000 in career sales. So I don't know about you, but in the corporate world, I don't know the last time people got a 10% raise, and you don't need to wait for somebody to retire or die. You're in total control of that. I mean, Melissa Lane hit her 15,000 in career sales in like a nanosecond. It was crazy. So she's amazing. Wait till you hear from her, because we're going to play a little recording from her. So when do I get paid? How do I get paid? You have to fill out those dash 11 things, because one of them is direct deposit. So I recommend that you open a separate checking account. You can do it all online now. You don't even have to go to the banks anymore, and put $25 in it. Just open a checking account in your name. It doesn't even have to be a business account, honestly. And use the routing number and your checking account number for that to use it for Pampered Chef direct deposit. And the reason I recommend that you use a separate account is it'll make it so much easier come tax time, because everything business related will be coming out of that. You get paid on the 8th and the 22nd of every month. So when you submit something between the 1st and the 15th of August, you get paid on the 22nd of August. Anything that you submit on the 16th of August to the 31st of August, you get paid on September 8th. They did that on purpose because a lot of people get paid through government and stuff like that on the 1st and the 15th. So they split it up so that people could actually get paid every week. Now, there's 2 fees that you will see. First will be $4 that gets taken out of your commission check every month, and that is called demonstration insurance liability. Most of us at one point were all live consultants, and so you go to somebody's house and you accidentally burn up their microwave, or you spill red wine on their oriental carpet. You are covered under liability insurance, and Pampered Chef will take care of that. If one month you don't get paid anything because you didn't sell anything, the next month they would just take $8 out. So don't worry about that. You get 3 months free website. So that's how people can place orders online on your personal website. After that, I think it's like $66 a year, or 66 for 6 months, or 120 for a year. But your first, from the day you sign up, you get 90 days free. Okay. Marketing imagery, I showed you where to find images for your virtual party, and we're going to talk a lot more about how you really want to make sure that your images are original, what are called original content. And if you are on Team Incredible's team page and you go over to photos, and then you go to the top and you click albums, there are albums here that we created that have original content in them. And if you scroll down, this one says original content images right in here. And that means that a lot of us made these images or took them from our own kitchen. And why is that? Like, I made a collage. These are Pampered Chef original photos, but I put them in a collage together. So this now, according to Facebook, is a different original content. And that's important when you have 60,000 consultants all doing multiple parties every week, posting the same photo. You don't want to end up in Facebook jail. So if you need original content photo, you can just come in here and steal these. We also recommend that there's an easy way for you to edit a photo. If you open a photo up, you can put it in Pick Collage, Pick Monkey, or Canva, are all photo editing apps that you can get free on your phone or your computer. And you can literally make a black dot and just hide it in the black here, and nobody will ever know, but according to Facebook, it'll be something different. You can also change information by writing over the text. So I literally was at the grocery store. I grabbed a thing of peanut butter. I put it next to the Fluffernutter, and I took a picture and I said, "Who's from New England and grew up on these Fluffernutter sandwiches?" Woo! Right? So it's just, I love them. I love them. And my son was in the military, and he's like, Mom, you got to send 2 jars of Fluffernutter to my friends. And he gave me their addresses because they didn't even know what fluff was. And they were like, "Oh, Mrs. Moulton, that stuff is amazing. It's addicting." I'm like, "Yes, it is." And it's different than the other stuff. So So anyway, you can create your own original content photos however you want, but you'll see that sometimes we'll just take photos from Pampered Chef and then put stuff on it to make it an engagement post or whatever. Again, in the how-to videos and in the virtual party training, Jen Mitchell does a video on how to use Canva, and Ann Goss, actually, who's on here, just did a training for us as well, and that's in the units. So those are resources that are available to you. There are also Pampered Chef Facebook pages that have hundreds of games and hundreds of images. Do not get bogged down with spending a ton of time with that. You don't need to do that for your first 30 days. You need to focus on booking your first 4 to 8 shows and getting those up and running with your recruiter so that you can get bookings and you get the stream and the flow of how a party goes. Then you can edit and change and make your template a little bit more custom. So now I'm going to take a breath for a second, and I'm going to give you guys an opportunity that's new to ask a question before we go on and hear from Melissa Lane. We have a little 8-minute thing where you're going to hear from her. You guys have any questions so far?
The only question I had, I was trying to use one of just like the Pampered Chef logos on my new Facebook page.
Yes.
But every time I put it in, it would only put it in. It won't do it horizontally. It only do it vertically. So like the PC's cut, and I can't get it to resize. Do you have a recommendation?
Yes. So you're looking to put a cover photo. They're called cover photos, right?
Yeah.
So you need to actually find the cover photo that has the dimensions already done up for that. So you'll find those. Those will be in there as well. But you want to type in the word cover when you're searching. Okay.
And I can find that on the Dash site.
Yes, on the marketing imagery, and I'll screen share and I'll show you. And remind me, Heather, who is your recruiter? Who are you under?
Jennifer Mitchell.
Oh, I love my girls. They're all so great. All right. Any other questions we got going?
That was all I had.
All right. So I'm going to come under marketing imagery here. All right. I'm going to click marketing imagery, and then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to select branding, because that's where a logo would be, I would guess.
Right.
And then I'm going to select only images. And now you can see the difference. See the difference between a cover photo that says it or a square photo. So you could use one of these, you could use one of these, but this is all they have for branding. So these ones are just square. These ones are long. Enriching lives, one meal and one memory at a time. I do highly recommend, and you're super cute, so you know you want to have a picture of yourself, Heather. So you want to make sure that you guys have a photo of yourself on your personal page and on your business page, because when people search a consultant in their area, it will pull up 5 consultants within a zip code. And if 4 have no photo and just a logo, and then they have your photo, if you've seen Jen Mitchell's photo, she's like wicked funny in it. She's just like, it's so cute. She's just like, ah, you know what I mean? So like, just be you. I have a picture of me and I'm like pointing to all the trips that I've gone on with Pampered Chef, my Pampered Chef apron. I'm like, come travel with me, you know? So like, let your personality come out. I have one friend of mine and she has a black chef's coat because some of us earned these fancy Pampered Chef chef's coats that had our names on it. And so every video she does, that is her branding. You never see Marna Ross do a video where she's not wearing her black chef's coat. And she's like, I'm wearing a tank top under it. I'm wearing leggings. Nobody can tell because I'm behind the counter, but my chef's coat looks professional. So like whatever you want to do, just be you, but make sure it's somehow personal so that people will actually pick you. They'll choose you because you look fun or you look interesting or whatever. All right. So let's listen to Melissa Lane. Hey everyone, welcome. This is Sue Moulton, your director, and I'm here with Melissa Lane, our first Fast Track director. So I wanted to have her come and explain a few things about what made Fast Track successful for her. So Melissa, tell everybody a couple of the key elements that you think helped you to fast track in your first 90 days.
Well, I think, first of all, when I decided to become a Pampered Chef consultant, I had actually been in 3 virtual parties, and I was thinking about being a Pampered Chef consultant, but I just wasn't comfortable at the time and or with the consultant that was conducting the parties that I was in. So then I went to a party my friend was having, a virtual party, and Sue was the consultant, and I just knew then I wanted to work with Sue. So I chose Sue because we're a lot alike, and she's very goal-oriented. I'm a very goal-oriented person, and I wanted to treat Pampered Chef as a business because Sue does that as well. So I set goals. I set goals for myself. I'm very much an overachiever, and I started out setting goals, and of course I kept my enthusiasm. I'm a very enthusiastic person, and when you're positive, good things happen.
Yes, I agree. She is very enthusiastic. So you and I have talked a lot about green dotting. So if you'll explain to everybody that's on here that are new consultants what green dotting is, and then how you, through conversations, were able to turn a regular conversation around to Pampered Chef.
Sure. What green dotting is actually is when you are on Facebook and you look off to the side of your screen, you're going to see a list of all of your friends that are on Messenger that are currently on Facebook. And how I know they're currently on Facebook is there's a little green dot by their name. And that's what green dot means. That's exactly what it means. And what I did was I had my list of people. When I first became a consultant, I did a list. I'm a list person, always have a list. And so on my list, if I could see there was a green dot by a person that I wanted to reach out to A, book a party with me, because when I was new, you know, I wanted to book parties, but B, also recruiting, because I wanted to offer the opportunity to everyone, because I knew exactly what Pampered Chef could do for them, the opportunity of Pampered Chef. And so I would reach out to the people that were with the green dot. Now, why that's important is those people are live and right there, right now, and can conduct a conversation with you. So if I'm reaching out and saying, hey, how have you been? I haven't talked to you in a while. How are things going? I start up a conversation with them, and then they say, hey, well, how are you? How have you been? And how's your photography business going? And hey, you know, I really like watching your pictures you post, Melissa, on your photography, and wow. And so I jot back a conversation. Oh, well, my photography business is doing very, very well. I really enjoy doing that. And thank you so much for following my photography. I appreciate that. Did you know that I'm a Pampered Chef consultant? And then I introduce the Pampered Chef. I'm a Pampered Chef consultant. And then I start the conversation with Pampered Chef with them.
Perfect. Perfect. So what else do you think contributed to you being able to recruit leads from your parties, etc.?
Okay, well, you know, the very first thing I did when I was a new consultant is I watched the new consultant video. That was really the foundation and start of my Pampered Chef business. I didn't know what I was doing, and that video was so much wonderful. Sue gave such wonderful advice. When she started out, you know, you want to, you know, get 6 bookings. No, you don't want to get 6 bookings to start your business. You want to get 8, because 8 is great. And that stuck with me. And again, I'm a little bit of an overachiever, so I blew past the 8 and got more than 8 is great. I went for 10 to 12, you know, because a certain percentage of bookings and or recruits fall off of your list. And so I watched that and I learned from that. I kept my list going. I went over 100 on my list. But as I was doing my list of bookings, because again, I'm a new consultant, I'm thinking to myself, gosh, who on my list would make a good recruit? Who would want Pampered Chef in their lives? Who likes Pampered Chef? Who needs a little bit of extra money? And who wants to hang out with fun people? You know, I mean, because we're a great group of ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we are.
So I keep my list, and so I started reaching out to people. And then when I was having my parties, I reached out to my host. Obviously, they're your number one recruit lead, by the way. So I to my host, and I reached out to them 4 to 5 times. So I want to offer a little sprinkle of in the beginning. Hey, did you know that you can get the kit for using $25 to $50 of your free product to go towards your kit? So that's the beginning. And then, you know, along the way, I'm giving them more information. And did you ever think about being a consultant? Because you would be great. And so I'm dropping these seeds. And then at the very end, if they haven't told me yes yet that they'd love to be a Pampered Chef consultant, I say, okay, I have 3 bookings off of your party. Would you like to make the money off of those bookings, or would you like for me to make the money off of those bookings?
I love it. I love it. And if they say like, no, I'm just too busy, how do you keep that recruit lead alive? Give an example.
You know, I'm glad you asked that. I am very glad you asked that, because this is where you get recruits down the road, okay? Because not everybody's going to tell you yes right away, and that's okay, because no's lead you to a yes, okay? But when they say, you know, no, I ask them why. You know, may I ask why? The answer is no, because gosh, I think you'll make an awesome Pampered Chef consultant. And if they say, you know, I'm too busy right now, and oh, well, I understand, life's busy, life gets crazy, when's a good time I can get back with you? And they say, you know what, with school and everything that's going on right now, let's wait until the summer. Can you call me in the summer? Absolutely. I've got you on my contact list. I will be reaching back out to you in the summer. In the meantime, if you have any questions before then, save me in your phone under Pampered Chef, Melissa Lane, my phone number. That way, when you need me, you can find me. In the meantime, I'll reach out to you in the summer.
Perfect. Thank you, Melissa, for sharing that.
Yeah, because the fortune's in follow-up.
It is in the follow-up. And Melissa is taking all of the things that she has learned and she's implementing them right from the get-go. And I always tell new consultants that it's easier to learn it right at the beginning than to have to relearn and retrain yourself. So watch this playback again and again if you need to for the tips, and reach out to your personal recruiter for word choices and help in overcoming obstacles. But make sure that you're offering the business opportunity to all of your hosts and all of your rock star guests in your parties.
Yes. That'll work.
All right. So you're so all right. All right, so then let's come down here. So she talked about making a list, and I talked about, you know, 8 will make you great. If you're doing block parties, you want to set up your first 2 block parties, which will be your first 8 shows. That could be 4 in 1 week and 4 in the next week, or you could do 2 shows, 2 block parties in the same week. I mean, it really is up to you. Melissa Lane and Michelle and Jennifer both do somewhere between 30 and 40 shows a month. So they're doing multiple block parties at the same time. And if you want to be making thousands of dollars, you know, that's the volume that you need to do. So it's totally up to you, but that also gives you enough volume that you're constantly recruiting new people into your funnel of potential recruits and recruits. But you know what? We're not here to push you. We're here to show you what's available to you and to tell you that whatever you decide is your goal is what we want to help you achieve. So I was a part-time consultant doing 1 show a month for 7.5 years. So for 7.5 years, I just wanted some cute shoes and some fun money because I was a stay-at-home mom with 2 young kids. We were living on income of about $42,000. Like there was no money for Dunkin' Donuts or coffee or those type of extras. You know, we didn't go out to eat, we didn't go on vacation, none of that. So I just needed a little extra fun money. It was when my daughter hit kindergarten that I decided that I wanted to go more full-time. And then I decided that I didn't really want to work on summers weekends and summers and stuff like that. I wanted to go to the lake and go to the beach and do fun things. So Pampered Chef was a good fit for me. And so I just went full time, which was 2 to 3 live cooking shows a week. That was it. I worked two shows a week consistently to build my business to that level. So it's up to you what you want. Where do you start? Well, you start with what's called a launch list, and we call it a Frank's list. So if you have a piece of paper, you're going to write down Frank, F-R-A-N-K-S. And you should work with your recruiter about that. Friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, and spouses. And I'm going to show you guys something if you didn't know. I'm going to give you all kinds of Facebook tips, things that I had no idea about before. When you are on our team page, Team Incredibles, there is a magnifying glass right here that says search this group. You put your cursor in there and you write F-R-A-N-K-S and search. It will bring up any post that we use the word Frank, okay? But if you scroll down, you'll be able to find a Frank's list document attached to one of these. So it's probably the first one, honestly. We talked about the Frank's list. There it is, first one there. If you open this up, you can download it, and it'll give you things such as who's your best friend, who's your oldest friend, someone you went to high school with, somebody you went to college with, a childhood friend, somebody you rarely see, somebody you only see at activities. So it helps to jog your memory. You also want to mark in your welcome email from Pampered Chef, there's a 30-day and a 90-day mark. You don't want to miss those. Heaven help you if you submit a show right after your 90-day mark that would have earned you a pan or a knife block set or something like that. So you really need to know what those dates are. And you need to submit a show, I would say 48 hours before that date, because guess what? Sometimes you get a declined credit card and then you have to call the customer and then you got to get it resolved, and you want to get it resolved so you can close the show in time. So you really want to know those dates and keep an eye on them. It's your business, so take responsibility for your business. Set your sights on the management level and earn more by selling more and by recruiting. You can, by using this, I'm going to enlarge this a little bit. This is the consultant career chart, okay? And you can start as a consultant earning between 20 and 25%. And remember, that goes up to 22 to 27. And you can do that and just earn commission and earn $30 Pampered Chef bonus every time you recruit somebody. Your only requirement is $150 minimum in sales for you to be an active consultant. A senior consultant means that you have, hi puppy, you made it up. My Grammy, she's on her way out. I feel so bad. A senior consultant means that you have one consultant on your team. And when you do that, you get a 1% override on your own personal team sales, and you get a 1% over your team sales, so your new recruit sales. And then you get 30 Pampered Chef dollars. Again, your requirement is 150 in personal sales and 1 recruit. Now, team leader means you have 2 team members. Your minimum requirement for your personal sales is $750. Team sales, including your sales, $2,500. And you have to have 2 team members to be considered a team leader. But then you get a 2% override on all your sales, a 2% override on all of your personal recruit sales, and a 1% override on your indirect recruit sales. And then the next level, which is what we're shooting for, is this fast track to director. And that's when you get 3% override on your sales, an extra 3% on everything in your first generation, a $30 bonus for every person you recruit, a $10 activity bonus as well. And the requirements for that are, there are 2 ways that you can get to director. 5 people on your team, 5 active team members, and 5,000 team sales with you personally selling 750 of that 5,000. Now, I always say, to be a good, strong director, you should be selling half of what your team needs. You should be selling 2,500. And if you're doing 4 shows a week, 1 block party a week, you should easily do that. You can also become a director by being an elite seller. An elite seller is somebody that has sold $75,000 in personal sales in the last 12 rolling months. And you currently have 6,000 in personal sales. So we did have Lisa Brown, who promoted as a director that way. She had a month that was like $36,000 in 1 month of sales. Yeah. So then you can become an advanced director by helping somebody on your team become a director. And then you can become a senior director, which is what I am, where I have 3 or more. We have 4 first-line directors, and you need 2 second-generation directors, and we actually have a 3rd-generation director right now on our team. And so our next goal for Team Incredibles is to get to the executive director. So you need 6 first-generation directors and 2 second-generation directors, and organizational sales of 48,000, which is a piece of cake. We're already at 75. So, oh, let me see. I think there was there anything from this here that you guys have questions on before I go forward? Okay. I know it's a lot of information, but it's available and we do the same PowerPoint presentation every week. So how do you build a team? Well, it's all about numbers. Statistics will tell you that every 4 we add 1 more. Simply by asking your hosts and your rock star guests in your parties and offering the business opportunity, just like a waitress would offer you dessert. She doesn't get upset with you if you say no. It's her job to ask you if you want tea, coffee, or dessert. And the earlier you learn to do this, the less bad habits you need to retrain yourself on. And I highly recommend. The biggest mistake new consultants make, and I was part of that crowd, was you think, well, I don't know anything, so I'll just wait and I'll learn how to recruit later. But then what happens is you never get into the habit of doing it right in the beginning, and then you have to undo bad habits. And so I used to use terms like, hey, you want to book a show? Now that sounds like work, doesn't it? Hey, you want to host a show? Versus, how about we gather some of your friends together for a fun wine, cheese, and chocolate party? That sounds way better than, hey, do you want to book a show? I had to retrain myself because for years I was saying the wrong thing. I still say the wrong thing. So trust me when I say, follow the lead of your upline and follow the systems that Pampered Chef has in place for how this works, because I'm still fighting against bad habits that have been embedded for 16 years. So it's easier to learn it right. So here's just a visual for those of you, it's easier for you to see and understand. So I think this is so funny because we have Jen Mitchell, right? And then we have her selling 2,400, and I always say 2,500, that's good. So she recruits Pat. So she gets an extra 1% on her 2,400, and she gets 1% of Pat's 1,100. Now you notice Pat's only half as motivated as Jen. That's okay. So Jen's earning $552 on her own personal commission, but her overrides are $35. May not seem like a lot, but that's a 6.3% raise. A raise of 6.3% just by adding 1 person to your team, and the person's only half as motivated as you. Now, we had 2 people. Now, Chris is only half as motivated as Pat. She's a slacker. She's doing 1 show a month, but it's okay because now Jen's getting 2% of her sales and 2% of her team sales. That's now $80. Now she's still only selling $2,400. She's doing her same old, right? Now she's giving herself a 14.5% raise just by adding some people to her team. If you understand the value of recruiting, I thought in the beginning, and new consultants often do, oh, well, I'm going to lose business if I recruit people. No, you're going to earn so much more money. You're going to earn so much more money. So in the hierarchy of things, building an organization is priority. That's number 1. Obviously, you need lots of shows for that. Number 2 is getting hostesses. And number 3 is having sales, which sales will come. And then 4 will be referrals. So here's Jen as the director. Jen has Pat. Pat's still doing 1,100. Chris is doing 500. Oh, she found a Les. Les is doing 1,000. Jill's doing 850. Jill recruited Kim. She's doing 650. Now, so Jen only recruited 4, but one of her 4 recruited 1. It still counts towards Jen's director team. So it can be 3 and 2. It could be all 5 from Jen. Doesn't matter. At this scenario, she is earning 35% more commission selling the same $2,500, $2,400. She's getting a 3% override, but now she's getting activity bonuses. So I'm going to blow your minds. My highest commission check was during COVID, which I just think is amazingly crazy, because COVID made everybody stay home, everybody cook, and everybody was on Facebook. So our team in November, which is normally our highest month ever, had sold $122,000 in 1 month, which is pretty darn amazing. I was very proud of them. In June, they sold $222,000, $100,000. They doubled the sales during the pandemic, and our sales have been crazy. June and July were insane. August has slowed down because we're having shipping delays. But to give you an idea of the ridiculousness of my commission check, my husband pretty much almost flipped. I made over $13,000 in a month from doing Pampered Chef. And it was one of the first times that my overrides were more than my personal sales. And I usually sell between 6 and 10, 6 and 20,000 a month, just like Jen Mitchell and Melissa Lane. I've been selling less than them lately. They've been kicking my butts, but my commission checks are very healthy because of that. So we have property up at north, and we're putting in a driveway up there with my extra money. So my husband was very happy with that. But you know, when I started, I was getting, $100, $150 a month because I was doing 1 show a month, but that's all I needed at that time. So if you treat this like a business, this will pay you like a business. Now, is every month's commission check 13,000? No. But do I get 3, 5, 7, 8, 9,000 regularly? Yes, now I do. Because I've built a team and an organization, and they're building teams and organizations. So if you go in it and treat it like a business, it can and will pay you like a business. Give yourself a little leniency that it's a learning curve, and that as you grow in personal growth, your business will also grow. We are starting Saturday morning a book club, and we're reading the book by Rory, R-O-R-Y, Vaden, called Take the Stairs. We're just going to get online for half an hour Saturday morning, just talk about our ahas from the chapter. You can download it online for like $5 or $7 and listen to the audio chapter. You can order in a hard copy if you like to hold one. I cannot find my hard copy anywhere because I have it all highlighted and everything. So now I had to order the downloaded book for Saturday because I don't know, we rearranged when I moved my office and I can't find it. So we're going to be doing that because readers are leaders. So if you want to be a leader, did you say something, Melissa? No, okay. So readers are leaders. So if you want to be a part of that book club, all you have to do is jump in Team Incredibles. There's an event link there, and it's the same web link here, the same Zoom link. Green by 15, you'll get one of these postcards in the mail from your director when you submit at least $150 by midnight on the 15th. If you collect 3 of them in a row, you have earned 100 Pampered Chef dollars from us. So you put 3 of them in a row, take a picture, you send them to your director, they'll send you 10 Pampered Chef dollars. You can use that for products, you can use that towards conference, door prizes, whatever you want. So we reward you for being active early in the month. And why do we do that? Because if you have a show at the beginning of the month, you are more likely to be able to book a show for later that same month. If you book your shows on the 20th of the month, people from that show are going to go, yeah, I'll do it next month. And you'll have 1 show or 1 block party done in the week. So uploading or front loading your calendar is usually best. Okay, Team Incredibles. I explained to you that we have a Team Incredibles organizational page, and then you have your own page as well. Here's a tip that you want to write down. So if you have a pen, you have to have name, address, phone number, and email on every order of a customer in order to actually create a order. If they do not have an email, like there are little old ladies that don't have emails, or people like, yeah, I don't know how to get into my email, or if they won't give it to you, which very seldom happens when you say, I need your email for your warranty, then they usually give it to you. What you're going to use is their 10-digit phone number. 603-229-2826. And then you're going to use this @ sign, and then it's mytpc.com, the Pampered Chef. That's what it stands for. That way Pampered Chef knows that there is no email associated with this. So if somebody called in and they had a return or exchange, they would say, what is your email? And if the people say, I don't have an email, they'll say, what is your phone number? So please use that as an opportunity for if you have problems in getting an order in. Look at that. We have 8 minutes to go. All right, so now it's open Q&A. I did it in less than an hour. I'm usually long-winded, aren't I, Melissa? I'm usually like, oh my God, we're over time. I'm so sorry. Too much sunshine today. So, what do you guys have for questions? You guys are new. Have you done your first shows?
No, not a first show yet. I'm hoping to get one on next week. If not, it's going to have to be pushed to the following week. But my son starts school on Monday, so there's been a lot of school stuff going on this week. So my focus has not been where it should be. And I do work a full-time job too. So
lots of our team members, just so you know, more than 80% of consultants work full-time, 40-hour-a-week jobs or more and do this part-time. So you're in good company. They'll have lots of good ideas for you on time saving, and we call it gifts of time, that kind of thing. Yep, Heather froze. Am I the one frozen? Was I frozen? I think I might have been frozen. Are you guys there?
we're here.
Okay, good. All right. It says my internet is unstable. Nobody else is on the internet. What is going on? Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I was just gonna say I started yesterday and I'm super excited.
Woo, woo.
Hi, Melissa. Woo, woo.
Hi, Stacy. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. I got to tell you, this is the best time because your enthusiasm is what's going to drive your business. I joked the first year I went full-time with Pampered Chef, there was a trip to Spain, France, and Italy on a Mediterranean cruise that I could earn for a trip for 2. And it was my 20th anniversary year. So I was like, I'm going to earn this trip. What do I need to do? And back then you had to have 12 qualified recruits and 140,000 points total. It was a big trip to earn. And it was the only one that I didn't know any better, but now I know. Like now there's no required number of recruits. You can recruit yourself there. You can sell yourself there. You can do a combination of both, doesn't matter. But back then you had to have these recruits. I hadn't recruited a single person ever. And I was like, oh my God, I have to learn how to recruit. And so here was my big line. Oh my God, if I can do this, you can do this. Like that was, I'm from Boscawen, New Hampshire, this tiny little town in New Hampshire. And this is so easy. Trust me, I can help you do it. I was doing live cooking shows at the time. I recruited 25 people with that line. So when people are like, well, what do you say? I mean, it's not about what you say. It's about your excitement, your enthusiasm. Like Melissa was saying, it's about sharing your, like I have some girls that are like so afraid to do Facebook Live. I'm like, then don't do Facebook Live. Point the camera to your fingers and don't put your face on the camera if you don't want to. But honestly, it's when you have kids in the picture and a toddler comes in, one of the girls on our team, toddler came in and she kept stealing food off the cutting board, this little 2 or 3 year old. And one time she pulled it off the cutting board and it was an onion and she put it in her mouth and she started chewing it. And the look on the kid's face, that was like her most hit video. Everybody was laughing and they had emojis. I was doing a video and I had my daughter videoing me and I was cutting onions and all of a sudden I started to cry. And I like turned around to the sink and I'm like trying to blink my eyes and I turned back around my eyes and I'm like, I'm so sorry, this onion is so strong. And I started crying and then my daughter started laughing. So the camera's going like this and her eyes were crying and then all these emojis started coming out, crying emojis. And so like, you know what? Don't worry about it. The more relatable you are, the better.
Yeah. I have a
Authenticity.
7-year-old, so hopefully sometimes he likes to pop in every once in a while. I'm actually surprised he must be out playing because he hasn't popped in on this yet.
Oh, good. Yeah, and giving him something specific, like your job is to say, blah, 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 like, so that he knows he's got a cue, like, you know, starting and ending your video on, with a, you know, hey, welcome to the Reluctant Chef. I'm Sue Moulton, you know, and today we are making blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, my daughter's like, you need to have an ending, Mom, like a sign off thing. And I was like, oh, like what? And so we have this really beautiful butcher block that I take a lot of my photos on that I got from my pastor. And she's like, how about tune in next time to see what's on the block? And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. But like
Perfect.
coming up with something that you start and end with every time so that people start to get used to that.
Okay.
Great. So we are here to help you. We are not here to push you unless you tell us what your goals are, which we hope you do tell us your goals, and then we're going to push you to choose the goals that you choose. So if you say, I want, you know, I want 1 block party a week for 4 weeks. So you want, you know, 16 parties a month, which is what the level I recommend for directorship. Then we're going to say, okay, how you doing? Where do you stand on that? How many more do you need to do? What are you saying? What are you having for, you know, trouble? Screenshot and send me your screenshots of what excuses people are giving you so that we can help overcome those. So that's what you're going to do with your recruiter, with Jen and with Melissa. They're going to help you through that. I mean, they have great word choices. And you know what? Sometimes we run out of great word choices, to be honest. And so like Jen will send somebody to Melissa and I'll send somebody to Jen and Jen will send somebody to me. And so like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you're having an on day and sometimes you're having an off day. And so that's why being on these calls are critical. I've been on calls before where I've had seasoned consultants that have been on my team for years and I'll say something and they'll be like, oh, that's so great. You know what I mean? Because like it's something they hadn't heard before. So don't miss a Tuesday call. That's my recommendation. Commit for 90 days at least to not miss a training call, because what happens is you get started, you get excited, you get your shows going, then you get a little overwhelmed, and then you start to go like this because you're like getting like, oh my God, now what, now what? Come back, you need a drink of water, and then we'll push you on the way again, okay? So we'll see you on Tuesday's call.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.